Hello everyone, welcome to Civil Mania. So in today's lecture I'll be telling about how to draw different type of beams. So as you can see here, this one is the structure which I have created in the video lecture, that is how to construct the beams and columns as well as how to construct the poly beam. So today I will be showing you in the same figure how to draw. Let me go to the steel section, and there are different type of beams are available here, beams in concrete as well as beams in steel, both are same, as well as beams in poly that is as well as poly beam in concrete and poly beam in steel, both are same. But as you can see here in the steel section, the curved beam is present. So today I will be showing you how to draw the curved beam. Suppose I will click in the curved beam. After that, as you can see here, pick the start point for the beam. So I will be selecting the start point of the beam. Then pick a point where you want the beam to go through. Suppose the beam will go through this point. After that, pick the end point of the beam. So this one is the end point of the beam. So this is how the curved beam look like. So let me go to the 3D view, and for that from here go to the 3D view. So as you can see here, the 3D view, in order to rotate the picture you can press the control and mouse middle button, control as well as mouse middle button. So this is how the curved beam looks like. So hope it's clear to all of you how to draw the curved beam. So even if you double click in this beam, the properties menu will arise. From there you can even change the class, that is the shape of the beam. Then even you can change its material properties, that is here ISMB 300, Indian standard medium weight beam 300. You can change it to heavy beam, such as heavy beam 350 or 400. You can edit it and modify it. So this is how its width increases to 400. So in this way you can prepare the curved beam. So hope it's clear to all of you. So here you can even change a name, such as you can write here as curved beam. So it's very necessary to set here all its class, so that if you prepare the same thing simply by selecting the same suppose I will be creating here another one beam, and I will let me say, suppose I have saved this beam to the curved beam and save it. After saving it, let me do one thing. Let me go to this beam. This beam. After clicking in this beam, what you will do is, after click in this beam and change its property to its different type of beam, then it will automatically get changed to that beam. As this one is the poly beam, so it will not get changed. Suppose I will be creating another one beam. Let me go to the plan view again. For that, press the control P button. Suppose I will create here another one curved beam from here to here and here. So this is what the curved beam I have created. So if I will check its properties are exactly the same as that of this beam, or else I can change its property by simply selecting from here the curved beam. Okay, now both the properties will become same, as I have selected here the curved beam. So this is how we can change the property of the curved beam. So hope it's clear to all of you how to create the curved beam. So this is how we can create the curved beam. We can also change its level by simply selecting it here and changing its height at a depth of 3000 and modifying it. Then it will move in the middle, modify it. See, now its position has been changed from the bottom portion to the top portion. See, as you can see here, both are at the same level. So this is how we can create the curved beams. Now let me go to the steel sections. Twin profile. What is the meaning of twin profile? See, as you can see here in the diagram, what does twin profile means? Twin profiles are actually used for creating the bracing systems. I hope everybody knows about bracing system. Bracing systems are actually used for the seismic design. So you can create the bracing systems by the help of twin profile. So let me click in the twin profile. After that you need to go to the settings, or first you have to click on the settings. After that go to the beam, click in the twin profile. After clicking in this twin profile, or let me close this one, let me go to the settings, close this one. Let me go to the settings. First let me go to the properties. After going to the properties, let me go to the twin profile. After going to the twin profile, it will show you all the properties. As you can see here, twin profile, name is twin profile. Here they have selected here the Indian standard angle 90 by 90 by 10 thickness. So you can change the bracing of different heights. Suppose I will be changing the twin profile of 100 and 100 by Indian standard equal angle. I will be selecting Indian standard equal angle 100 by 15. Okay, apply it. After that I will be selecting. Remember what does finish means. Actually finishing means you can write in the finishing portion that the steel material is galvanized or painted so that no corrosion occurs. So suppose you can write here as the steel material is being painted. So after seeing looking at that plan or elevation of the diagram, we will come to know that this material is being painted so that in order to prevent it from corrosion. So this finishing material is what it means, painted or galvanized iron. You can change the color of the twin profile. Suppose I will be giving the color of the twin profile as this one. Now what kind of twin profile you want? Suppose I want this kind of material or this material, or in this manner we want the bracing system. Suppose I want the bracing systems of angle profile. Both are of angle profile of this manner. Now I will draw the bracing. For the bracing, what I need to do is I need to draw from here to the here midpoint. So this is how the twin profile has been created. Similarly we can create from here to here. The twin profile has been created. So hope it's clear to all of you how the twin profile looks like. Suppose if you zoom it in the figure, how the twin profile looks like, I will show you. So these are the two twin profiles. How these two twin profile look like? As you can see here, these are the two see. So these are the two steel angle cells. As you can see here in detail that this one is one equal angle and this one is another equal angle. So these are actually used for bracing systems. So hope it's clear to all of you. So what do you mean by twin profile? Now let me again go to the 3D view. Now let me click Ctrl P. After that twin profile is over. Now let me make the orthogonal beam. Suppose I will go to the properties tab again. After that I will click in the orthogonal beam. Suppose I want to create orthogonal beam in this view. What I will do is, as you can see here, this one is X direction and this one is the Y direction. Z direction is above, means Z direction is perpendicular direction. So if you need to create the orthogonal beams, then it will be always created perpendicular to the XY plane, because here XY plane is the plane and Z direction is orthogonal. So here both the planes which are showing, it will always create the orthogonal beams always perpendicular to that plane. Here XY plane is showing, so it will be perpendicular to that plane. Suppose top height is 3. Let me create one beam of 1000 meter height. Suppose I will be creating here one beam. Let me create here beam. that beam height and that column height will be of height 1000 and its bottom level is at 0. So this is what orthogonal beam means. Suppose you want to create a orthogonal beam in this column. So for that, what you will do is you have to change this xy plane, and for changing this xy plane, what you will do is you need to simply go to this view. After going to the view, you have to change the work plane. Suppose I will change the work plane to okay, let me do one thing. Let me first go to the Windows and click in the 1 or click in the 3 click in the 1 view. As you can see here, after going to the 1 view, as you can see here, this one is the 1 view. Now as you can see here, this one is the x and y is actually this one is not y is perpendicular to this wall. So let me change the view. Suppose I will be creating the view parallel to this plane view. Suppose I will be creating the view here. Let me create here the view. So this one is x view and this one is y view. The wall is x. Now our x is this direction and the y direction is the wall direction. Earlier the plane was perpendicular, y direction was not perpendicular here. Here y direction is perpendicular, but earlier the y direction was along the z direction. So I have changed now the plane. So if I if I will make the orthogonal wall, it will be created in the z direction. So let me create now orthogonal beam. Orthogonal beam I have created. Go to the properties. Orthogonal beam of 1000 meter. If I will click it here, now the orthogonal beam will be created. Now the orthogonal beam has been created. If you want to check the or see the orthogonal beam, you can see here how the orthogonal beam is created along the z direction. It means that remember that orthogonal beam will be created always in the z direction. So you have to, for that you need to change always the x direction and y direction accordingly, and along the z direction it will be created. So hope it's clear to all of you how to create the orthogonal beams. Now suppose I will go to the steel portion and I will create the spiral beam. What does spiral beam means? Suppose let me go to the plane view. Let me go to the 3D view, plane view. After going to the 3D view, control, suppose I will be creating here. Let me do one thing. Let me press the escape button. After pressing the escape button, suppose let me go to the edit option. After going to the edit option, as you can see here the grids are present. Let me select other grids, or let me add grid lines. Suppose I will be creating here the grid lines. Let me create select as grid lines. I will be creating here grid lines. After creating the grid line, suppose I will be creating one steel column. Let me create one column here. Remember that I am not selecting here what kind of material it is, but our aim is simply to show you how to create. As I have created here the see, as you can see here, this one is now created at the full center. This one is created at the full center. Now suppose you want to create the spiral beam. So for that what you need to do is go to the settings, then spiral beams I have already selected. After after the spiral beam has been selected, you can change the profile of the spiral beam as well as the material of the spiral beam. Finish, as I have told earlier. Then you can write here as galvanized iron or painted material. You can change the profile or the color. Then suppose here total rise. Suppose I want the spiral beam up to the height of 6000 mm or 6 meter, and what is the rotation angle? Suppose I want the spiral beam to be rotated by only 180 degree. Okay, now what I will do is, as you can see here, it's written let me go by let me press Ctrl P. After that, rotate it. Now after rotating, suppose as you can see here, it's told click the starting point. Click, as you can see here, it's written click the starting point of the beam. Suppose this one is the starting point, then click the center point for the spiral. Suppose this one is the center point for the spiral, and pick a point to define the direction of rotation. Suppose this one is the direction of rotation. So as you can see here, this is how the beam has rotated. This is how the beam has rotated. Suppose I want to give the rotation angle as up to 6000, it has rotated by an angle of 180 degree. Suppose you want to rotate the beam by 360 degree, then what you will do is simply you need to escape it. After escape it, select the beam and select the rotation angle as 360 degree and modify it. Now as you can see here, now the beam has rotated, but it has only rotated up to a height of 6 meter. If I will go to the one view, or if I will go to the grids view, so this is how it has rotated. So this is what we can see. This is how it has rotated. Suppose you want the rotation to be 700 angle, then see this is how, but though it has been rotated, but it is rotated up to a height of only 6000. So hope it's clear to all of you how to create the spiral beam as well. Orthogonal beam, spiral beam, twin profile and curved beam. So these are the various things which I have taught you in my in this lecture. So in my previous lecture I have taught about beam and polybeam. So hope it's clear to all of you. So thanks for watching my video. Have a great day. Take care.